Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Do. Today I have with me, first time in quite a while, Jared.
How you doing, my brother?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just to check quickly, how does my mic sound? Do I sound clear? Do I sound fuzzy?
You sound awesome.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. One time, I'm not going to forget this now, I had Liana on. She didn't say anything. And then when the video, I didn't even double check the audio. When the video premiered, it wasn't that great.
Okay.
It's like, why didn't she tell me?
You sound good. So as far as I right now, I'm your witness. Right now, you sound fine on my end.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, so we are going into some Superman Elseworlds. How many we're gonna get through, we'll see. This one's probably gonna be the shortest one, but this one, it's a Superman, a nation divided. What if Superman landed right around the time of the Civil War, or before leading in, where he would be debuting during the Civil War? And by the way, look at the symbol, USA.
Yeah, nice.
The S cool. Is for the states.
Okay.
But this,
so it's not the Kryptonian emblem for hope then in this story.
No. Well, to be fair, they never really had that as the symbol for hope around this point.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is still during the post-crisis era. And they never had the symbol. That wasn't until Wade did it with Birthright.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, and this one has a great twist that I think you're gonna love. Okay. But we'll get to at the very end. But yeah, we got. Oh yeah, the following texts were invaluable in researching the story, and he lists a whole bunch of.
They actually did their research. I'm impressed.
It's Roger Stern. What do you expect?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Roger Stern is one of those writers who always went the extra mile. Especially okay, there's one down there with this. It's the cursive writing, so I gotta zoom in.
Okay, yeah. I hate cursive, dude.
Well, I mean, sometimes it works, but these older books, not that well because it's so tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, dear Mom, Pa, I do not know when I'll be able to post this, but I wanted to put down my thoughts while they were still fresh. It's been a long march, and while not a tiring one for me, there have been complaints from other men. I suppose we'll be seeing battle on the morrow. I do not much want to fight the rebels, but I know it must be done. If this war is to end and the Union is to be preserved, but oh, what a price to pay. On the march here, we saw the results of earlier battles. Men missing arms, legs, men so bandaged they could not see and had to be led by the hand like children. I wish I could write that all here and fully dedicate to the I wish I could write that all here are fully dedicated to the Union cause, but I have heard complaints in the ranks, and more than a few vile remarks about our N-word brothers. I'm not.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever done the word is when I did Punisher Born, but that's because I didn't want to lose the momentum.
Yeah.
And I bleeped myself out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, they speak of ignorance, and I try to forgive them, but it's not easy. Every day I thank the Lord that you were there to teach me that all are created are equal in his eyes. It brings to mind that day when we hid the Johnson family from the posse of pro-slavers. We hear you and tell you've been sheltering runaways, Joseph and Josephus. This house shelters my family and friends, and you are neither. Now get off my lawn. You heard him, huh? Like, ow, get, and don't come back. It was surely never proud to be a Kent. I'm glad we were able to help the Johnsons. Their friendship was surely repaid us a thousandfold. When Mr. Johnson joined the Union Army, I knew I had to do the same. I just pray that this war will be over soon. Know that you are never far from my thoughts. I live for the day when we can all be together again. Your lovely son, Private Atticus Kent. Instead of Clark, it's Atticus.
Okay, his name was Atticus. Okay, I see.
You
know, I just had a thought. It's kind of a missed opportunity to not have the family they shelter be named Irons.
Yeah, but no, this was. Ooh, let me double check when this came out. 1998. So yeah, Irons would have been around, but
it's a missed opportunity. It's not taking me out of the story, but I'm saying it would have been interesting.
Yep. I gotta find one other book, because one other book I would love to go over one day.
What?
Crap! It's not on Recom. It's not on DC Universe. Hold on. It's something though set in this time period. Hold on. and it actually is canon.
Oh, really?
But it doesn't focus on Superman and directly. Hold on. No, that's not. The Kents
Okay.
by John Ostrander.
That's interesting.
Yeah, basically it's about past Kents, two brothers who actually fought in the war on
that makes
opposite
sense.
ends.
I was about to say it's canon, so wait a second. And then I was like, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah, it's about, like I said, it's canon because it's about the past. And it opens up Clark's eyes to, about his, the actual Kent legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not what we wanted. But yeah, then we get a journal from USS S Grant. Atticus. What is it, Jeremiah? And Jeremiah instead of Jimmy.
Okay, I was like, I see that.
I was just thinking, since Mama died, the only family I got left is my Uncle Ezra. Miller?
I was about to say that.
If anything should happen to me, promise me that you'll get my grip back to M, will ya? Huh? Of course I will, Jeremiah. You'll do the same for me, won't you? Shoot, you're stronger than a Missouri mule, Atticus. If anyone could get through this war alive, it'd be you. Don't know as I'll be that lucky. Well, then you'll just stick close to me, and maybe we'll both get through. All right, you corn huskers. This is it. The rebels are somewhere up along that ridge, so keep an eye out for them. I can see them, Sergeant. They're right ahead of us, less than a mile away. You're crazy, Ken. I can't see anything. Nobody got eyes better than Atticus, Sergeant. If he sees them, get down, Jeremiah. There. Die! Atticus? Oh, Lordy. Atticus! All right, Jeremiah. Just knocked the wind out of me, all. Oh, boy. Happened so fast. Almost didn't see Cannonball. So he didn't know about his abilities yet.
Oh, boy.
And Jimmy's writing to his uncle, of course. Damn rebels! Damn rebels! Fired a cannon
Ezra,
at me!
I'm sorry you're in a movie that bombed.
Fired a cannon at me? See how you like it! Return fire! Give me that! Stop him! Use your bayonets! God help us! It's the devil himself! What's the man's name? Kent, sir. Well, what are you waiting for? Follow Kent's lead! Attack! And yeah, that's Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh, sweet.
Because that was him earlier. It's like, hold on, Atticus. Help is on the way. Oh, man. I miss Eduardo Barreto. He and Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, praise be his name, have been some of the best Superman artists.
I love the shadow on his face and upper arms as he's holding up the cannon.
Yeah, very Batman-like, but it makes sense for these people. That's how they're going to see him. They're going to see him like they said, the devil himself. The way Atticus and the way he lifted that cannon, I could tell Atticus didn't need much in the way of help. Then he gave a heave and chucked the cannon clear up into the sky. I heard later that it flew way up over Vicksburg and came down somewhere in the middle of the Mississippi. There was no stopping him after that. And he just tore into the raft and kept it going. And outside, well, the officers had us laying down fire and taking prisoners. It was all we could do to just keep up with Atticus. And he wasn't about to stop. No, sir. Not till he was all the way into Vicksburg. General and Pemberton, sir, there's some commotion out in the street. I think you should see this. What on God's earth? He's headed for the general. Stop him. How? He smashed all our guns. General Pemberton, that is, sir, you are my prisoner. Well, sir, with half the Rabs not called and the next disarmed, we had Vicksburg secured by nightfall. And the next morning, me and Atticus found ourselves before General Grant and General Sherman Sertius. Atticus on account of what he'd done, and me on account that I knowed him. Just how was it that you were able to evade the Confederates' fire, Private? I didn't, sir. They hit me dead on, but it didn't do me any harm. I don't know how else to explain it. Of course, I've never been shot at before. Sir, he's telling the truth, sir. Atticus always was the strongest because I knowed. A bulletproof soldier who could throw cannons. I'd say we found ourselves a great new secret weapon, Sam. Dear Mom, Pa, things have been happening so fast and furious since Vicksburg fell. I hardly know where to begin. What in tarnation is that? You in the train! You are ordered to stop in the name of the United States of America! Tain't possible! He's outrunning us! Faster than a locomotive!
There's just something about Superman wielding the American flag that just gets me going.
Mm-hmm. You hear me? Stop that train or I'll stop it for you! No, get off the track! You damn fool Yankee! Ain't a man alive who's more powerful than a locomotive!
There you go. There you go.
I was feeling my oats after that. Lay down your arms. You are my prisoner. The devil we are. Shoot him. Shoot him down where he stands. Their bullets didn't hurt at all. At first, it was almost funny, but they persisted. And it began to get angry. I could feel something burning up inside me. I said, lay down your arms. Yeah! All I had done was stare hard, and their guns' barrels had heated up. And one of the discarded rifles landed all wrong. Get down, all of you! What? I jumped without thinking. Those men were fighting for the wrong cause, but they were still Americans. I wasn't about to let them die like that. I'm not rightly sure how to describe what happened next. I know this well, and this will sound like a tall tale, but the explosion hurled me sky high. I was not really hurt. Yeah, basically we realized that he could fly.
Oh, sweet.
Sweet jumping Jonah. General, is that Kent? It's Kent. Flying. And now he can fly, not at the mercy of the winds, as Professor Lowe's balloon corpsmen, but freely and strongly, and apparently at will. I need not belabor, Mr. President, how this will benefit the Union cause. Sincerely, Ulysses S. Grant. What on earth has Grant been drinking? He thinks he's drunk!
Yeah, jeez.
Mr. President, please excuse the interruption, Mr. Douglas. Douglas!
There you go, Frederick Douglas.
Yep. Now, what was it you wish to discuss? Justice, Mr. President. Justice for the freedmen already fighting and dying for the Union. And on the raid up the St. Mary's River at the assault. Basically, yeah, he's talking about him, again, about giving rights, basically giving rights to those who are fighting, those who are blacks who are fighting. You know, basically it's like equal pay of simple justice. Yes, I've come to believe that as well. But too many still do not. This is a problem that will not be easily be solved. I'd say that the sooner it is solved, the better for all of us. Yeah? Who are you? And where'd you come from? Private Atticus Kent, sir. And I bring good news from General Sherman. Kent? Yes, sir. Atlanta's been taken, sir, without a single shot being fired. What? You can't be serious. This is in Sherman's handwriting. And if all the communiques are to be believed, Douglas, our young visitor possesses powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal man. If it is a demonstration you require, I shall be happy to provide one, sir. Now, what I like about this, he's Kent. This isn't Superman. This is Kent.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
He hasn't adopted the persona of Superman.
He doesn't need to. I mean, he's already out in the open as it is because he didn't know about his abilities.
Yeah, right. In this context, he doesn't really need the secret identity or anything like that. Everyone knows he's, between me, Superman.
They found out the same time he did.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
He's adjusting to it. Like General Grant claims that Kent can fly. Fly like a bird? Not exactly, sir. I could show you. Don't worry. I would not allow you to fly.
Yeah.
What? Mr. President, no need to be alarmed, Captain. My friend Douglas and I were taking a tour of the Capitol. Yes, sir. We received new communique from General Sherman. He's in Atlanta. Yes, I know. Mr. Douglas, have I caused you upset? Upset? Sergeant, all my adult life, I have fought against the sin of slavery, while my brethren have been reviled as inferior to white men. I have argued for our common equality. I fear that your very existence will provide fuel for those who would argue otherwise. If that's the case, sir, I am prepared to face those men and tell them they are wrong. Yes, I am stronger and can fly, but those things do not make me any better than anyone else. Your humility does you honor, son. Truly, you are as an angel sent by the Almighty to help the Union in her time of need. I am just a man, sir, Mr. President, a most gifted man, then. You must consider how best to use your gift for the good of the nation. And then from the Journal of Robert E. Lee.
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
Mr. Lee, sir, message from General Ewell. Ewell's advance guard have met Union resistance. Maps. Here, sir. Move out at once. You must join Ewell's forces at the crossroads. And Gettysburg!
Oh, boy.
Come on, you Wolverines!
Jeez, that art is so good.
Oh, look, he put his name there.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's cool.
Because you know artists do that, right? If they actually feel so proud of the artwork, they will sign it.
Well, they certainly should, because this looks awesome.
It does. But of course, the moment he saw it, I write this with the heaviest heart. When I woke this morning, I felt destiny taking me by the hand. Before the day was through, I had fully expected to ride either to glory or to death. General and Jeb Strutt's cavalry had taken the field. Oh, and I was preparing the Michigan Brigade for a charge against them. Huh? Yeah, Wolverines! Ha!
Yeah. That's a Red Dawn right there.
But also, U of M!
Yeah, exactly.
But the order to charge stuck in my throat, my tongue paralyzed by the sight which I beheld. It appeared to be a soldier, bareheaded, sailing through the air as though shot from a cannon. He was wearing a cape of scarlet, brighter even than my own kerchief. I have myself ascended several times in balloons to observe troop movement, but I had never imagined that a man could actually fly. He easily outpaced our entire division, diving into the heart of the rebel cavalry like a great eagle, scattering Jeb Stuart's so-called invincibles before him. General, you are my prisoner. The next thing I knew, he was back, dumping Stuart himself at my side. And then he was gone again, soaring away without ever once touching the ground. With such a shoulder in the service of the Union, there could be little doubt of our victory. But as he flew away, I saw the glory meant to be mine, in part as well. George Armstrong Custer!
Oh, boy.
Never had I seen so many men on the field of battle. I heard the clashing of sabers, the firing of pistols and cannons, and he has the USA logo symbol.
I will say, I really like that Superman costume.
It's so good. I know.
It's
the
so
more
cool.
the more I silence, the more there seem to be. Oh, come on. Oh, just look at that.
Yeah, it just looks so. I like how the yellow belt is the sash. That's so cool.
Yep. Surely this is the cruelest of wars, countrymen fighting each other, brother against brother. Men continue to die all around me. Even I was not powerful enough to save them all. Only one man had the power to end this madness, and I had to fight him. General Lee, look what your war has caused. All this death, and still your brave men fight on. More of them will die before I can stop them all. Call for your men to surrender. Do as he say. Lay down your arms. July 4th. This is the day set aside to celebrate our independence. Independence from what, I wondered. Surely not from the grave. 2 days I have been burying the dead. Lee's surrender ended the battle, but could not restore life to the men already wounded and dying. Captain Kent? I couldn't stop it in time, sir. I couldn't save them all. Nearly 1,000 men lost their lives because of me. No, Kent, not because of you, but because of men, and because men wage war. Without your efforts, it would have been much worse. And we know that's true.
Mm-hmm.
It was painful staying in Gettysburg, but the president himself asked me to remain, and I couldn't refuse such a request from my commander-in-chief. It is for us, it is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unified work that they thus far so nobly carried on. It is rather for us to be here, dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead, we take increased devotion to the cause from which they here gave the last measures of devotion. We were highly resolved that the dead shall not have died in vain, that the nation shall, under God, have a new birth of freedom. His words cannot ease my pain, but they strengthen my faith, and that the government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth.
America!
Yep, but the war is still going. Despite its surrender, there was still resistance. But shortly after I captured Mr. Jefferson Davis, I was able to report, Mr. President, the last rebel unit has surrendered. It was a heavy title. Victory!
This
Oh, but
reminds me of like all those other stories that like if Superman showed up and like if he crashed in like Germany and he became a Nazi, he was like in World War II. If he like crashed in the Soviet Union, how that changes
yeah.
the Cold
Now
War.
those stories usually had a lot more. Like they jumped further ahead. Like they already knew what was going on. This one's just all about it. But John Wells booze.
No.
But
Okay.
he stops it. Assassin, traitor. Can also know this: no kryptonite.
Oh yeah, yes, true.
There's no kryptonite, no magic, so nothing can stop him. And they don't. And Stern doesn't even bother to put it in by this point.
Yeah, because there's no point.
Yeah, but of course, like I recognize him. There was no mistake. The face of John Wilkes Booth. Oh, funny enough, you know something I found out?
What?
Do you know that before the assassination, Booth's brother saved Lincoln's son from being killed after falling on a train track?
Wow, that's ironic.
Talking about the biggest irony.
Wow.
But yeah, aside from the president, the actor was the most photographed man in Washington. He had fallen on his own dagger. I had saved our president, but Booth's tongue was forever stilled. Death had robbed the people of his trial. It was an accident. He overdid it, but he didn't expect him to fall on his knife or dagger. I have begun organizing a secret service to guard the president. Ha!
Okay.
The president had asked me to oversee his reconstruction program. Stood beneath the completed Capitol Dome as Mr. Lincoln was sworn in for a second term as our president.
Okay. Alternate history.
Unfortunately, though, then Ma is not doing well, so he flies on out there. Pa, son, I hadn't dared hope. Came as soon as I heard. Ma, it's me. Atticus, I should have been here for you. So happy to see you, my boy. Then he's like, I should have been here for you. Nonsense. Your country needed you. You never failed to make me proud. Aww. Best to have and let them have some time alone. She was a fine woman, Atticus. She made my life worth living. I know. I've been thinking about resigning my commission. Coming home to help you with the farm. No, you shouldn't do that, Atticus. You don't belong to me. You never did. What are you saying? That I'm as proud of you as a father could ever be. But it's only right that you know the truth. So only now is he finding out. Well into his Superman time. Again, the ordering is weird, but it works.
It does work.
Like, you're not my natural born son. Sarah and me, we tried to have a child. She endured 2 stillbirths. She almost didn't live through the 3rd. She lay abed that night delirious, while I buried the baby alongside the others. Damn!
Ooh, boy.
Yep, and he found him, and inside that egg, meaning the birthing matrix, of course. And thus, raise him up and everything. But of course, like, I can't keep the truth any longer. So he takes him to where he is, and sure enough, but we're coming up on the twist soon.
By the way, I like how they do the homage. They basically recreate the Man of Steel burn.
But here's the thing, though. You're not going to believe the twist.
Okay.
I'll just tell you this: he wasn't meant to land in Kansas.
Okay.
He was meant to be raised by the Indians.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, even said like, I do not endanger him, Laura. Within a day, perhaps as little as an hour, explains all that a world. Its natives called Earth. Our son is sorely needed on that world. Yes, I was. I am. I can lead America into a golden age, greater than Krypton ever knew. Behold, the inhabitants of the great central plain of a once isolated earthly continent. They are a great people, but their existence is threatened by invaders from other parts of their world. Invaders possessed of greater technology. And of course, she brings about bearing their flesh and everything, like always.
There you go.
But that is the twist.
Wow, that is cool. I like that.
Upsets them. Like, I use my power to preserve that unit, and now I'm told that my destiny lies elsewhere. Must I reject what I have become? What am I to do, Lord? Give me a sign. Sign. No. Are you all right, son? What happened? I I've been communing with my heritage, and this egg, as you called it, is a part of me, which I cannot deny. But just as my boyhood molded my life thus far, so must I mold this matrix to be of use to me. Dear Mr. President, it is my deepest regret that I must resign my commission. Atticus, are you in there? Great day in the morning! Hello, Jeremiah. Look, it's a miracle, eh? He made a horse!
Is that Comet the Super Horse?
Pretty much, but it's made out of the birthing matrix.
So it's a birthing horse. Okay, that's interesting.
By the silvery old egg. Wouldn't have believed it myself. I had seen it with my own eyes. Jeremiah, Atticus, you headed somewhere? Yep. Could you see that these letters get to Washington? And looking on Pa now and then. I'd appreciate it. Well, sure, but why? I can't stay here anymore. You mean ever? I hope not, but I don't know yet. I have things to do out west. You've always been a good friend, Jeremiah. Pa will tell you what's happened. If you say so, you know you'll always be welcome. I know. I love you, Pa. All right, goodbye, Atticus. Don't become a stranger. Mr. President, we Americans are a restless people, but we are not alone. There are those who have an older stake on this land. It was intended that I live among them. I do not know if that is any longer possible, but I must find out. Whatever my destiny, I still believe in the principles upon which the Union was founded. Wherever I travel, I shall advance the cause of freedom and liberty all the days of my life. Sincerely, Atticus Kent. But you realize, hi-ho, silver!
Yeah, I see what they're going with.
So, yeah, that was A Nation Divided. What did you think?
I enjoyed that. I like that twist. That was an interesting twist.
Yeah. You would not see that coming. It basically gives it more purpose. Like he just solved it. What next? And it turns out, what if he wasn't meant to land in America? Yeah, but overall, this was I do not want to see I would never want to see a follow-up to this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because this is a nice, done one. It doesn't deserve any more.
I also liked how in a lot of these Elseworld stories, despite like showing up in like different circumstances, like
where he landed
in the Soviet Union, he still is Superman.
Which that's one thing I still always loved about Red Sun. Deep down, he's still Superman.
Even the Flashpoint Beyond Superman, he was still like, this planet's worth fighting for, and I'm like, he's still Superman.
Exactly. But like I said, though, but when it comes to but like I said, with Red Sun, though, anyone else could have had it be Soviet, America good, Soviet bad. He's evil. No, he has a twisted morality because of being raised under communism, but that doesn't mean that he's evil. He was still a good man.
The only one that I would say would be pretty evil will be the one that landed in Germany during World War II.
Even that, though. He wasn't all that bad, but he went to more extremes than even Red Sun Superman was.
True. The only legit evil Superman is Injustice Superman.
Especially after Injustice 2. You could argue Injustice 1, not so much, because he still had some heart to him. But that's because you had Palmiotti and Gray still working on that.
There you go.
The ones that went all in another realm, you could tell they hate Superman.
Mm-hmm.
You could so tell they despise Superman. It basically got to a point where instead of being like, oh yeah, he switched, it's like, no, he basically has been wanting an excuse to turn on humanity. That's what Injustice 2 showed me anyway. But yeah, so and the artwork was incredible, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh. Because that felt like those old like paintings of Civil War battles.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. Wow, indeed.
And the way they bring in Superman into that, I'm like, yeah, that is freaking dope.
Although he does, and Stern does not stick to the order of things. He lets the story tell the reveals, not, oh, we got to do this point, that point, that point. Like, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it says in a very it tells the same story, but in a new way. That's
in a new order. In a new order.
New order. You can do that. You don't have to say this happens, this happened, this happened, this happens. Because that gets boring after a while.
Yeah, not that though, but it's in a point of time where you don't have big machines. You don't have whatever that neighbor, I forgot his name, farmer, whatever,
Hubbard.
Wow. Yeah, Hubbard's machine almost killed him or Lana, and then that's how he found out. You have none of that. you're less likely to have him get trampled over by a cow or a horse or anything like that. Or you don't have to have that. So you can have it be he never found out. Nothing caused him to fly. Yes, he was strong, but you could say he's a farm boy. Of course he's strong.
Yeah, if ever there's an occasion to trigger superpowers, it's a civil war.
Yep. Now you gotta remember, this is the post-Christ Superman, where his powers didn't come until around this point.
Yeah.
Or at least didn't solidify until this point.
Didn't solidify. They were starting to come in previous to this, but at this point, they were like at their strongest.
Super Baby. We didn't have Super Baby.
Yeah.
Which, okay, where do you stand on Super Baby? When do you prefer Superman gaining his abilities? Do you get like he has them right off the bat? Or do you prefer
I like when Jeff Johns did it in Secret Origin, because it's like he's a kid, so it would like trigger then. I don't like him having powers as a baby and like he's visioning everywhere, kind of like the way
has super memory. And I hate the super recollection of everything on Krypton. I hate that because that tells me he's Kal-El the whole time. Even when he's growing up with Clark, if he recalled everything, he's Kal.
Which I'm fine with him embracing both parts.
No. I'm not saying embracing. I'm saying if he has that super recollection of everything on Krypton when he was a baby.
Yeah, the origin where I think it was done the worst was probably the Frank Miller Superman Year One book.
I would argue that, because I still say this: Year One, the first issue and a half was great. The first issue and a half was great.
True, I did like Navy SEAL Superman.
Once he went to Atlantis, and that second issue and a half was shit.
Let me put it this way: as someone that likes Superman and Wonder Woman, you know this. I did not like the way that was, because they just meet, and all of a sudden she's ready to sire his kids, and I'm like,
I have a feeling they always have. I always have a feeling there was going to be one more issue. The way it ended did not feel like an ending point.
Yeah, it seemed like the last issue was going to be him fighting Brainiac and then coming back to Wonder Woman. That seemed like it.
Yeah, but it just felt like they rushed it. Like I said, that first issue and a half, great writing. Even if you take away Lana's, almost getting raped and everything. But for the most part, that reminds you Frank knew Superman. It was the second issue and a half, especially. But one thing that bothered me about that was how many girlfriends he kept out. It's like,
yeah, he kept going from girl to girl to girl.
He didn't even reference the other one. He's like, doesn't even reference Lana, and he goes to Lori. Now, Lori, you can understand, like, it's the sirens of the mermaids. Okay, they kind of set that up. Mm-hmm. You can explain that one. But then he forgets Lori and goes to Lois, and then immediately goes to Wonder Woman. He didn't care about Lois that much longer.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. It'd be one thing if there was a really big time gap between all these girls, but there wasn't. Like he goes from Lori immediately to Lois, and then from Lois a day later to Wonder Woman. I'm like, wait,
you gotta admit, you might not care for Lois, but you gotta admit that was stupid. Like
that was stupid. That's one of the occasions when when both relationships are written very poorly.
I know, in that case, it's just like, oh, I love this woman. Oh my God, this goddess. It's like, I mean, okay, one could say this is matching up with how Miller's always said, like, why would we want to be with one, and when with a normal woman like Lois, why would he be with Wonder Woman, someone who could take him? And I think in his mind, he saw it as once he meets someone who could match him, everything went out the window.
Which, that's fine. You just have to put more in there. You just have
to. Yeah.
I'm fine with, obviously, I'm fine with him deciding I work better with Diana. But you have to put more in there, because literally it makes Superman look like a player. That's what it makes him look like.
It does. I mean, Lana put the most stuff into it. Of all of them, Lana had the most into it. Lori had, I would say Lori was just as bad as the others. It was lust. For Lori, it was lust.
Yeah. And here's the thing with Wonder Woman also. She just meets him and she's like, come back to me, you're Adonis. And I'm like, you just met him.
Yeah. But again, remember, this is the same. Frank Miller wrote her calling a guy a sperm bank, remember?
Yeah. Again, the All-Star Batman and Robin and this is the worst depiction of Super Wonder I think I have ever seen.
I still say this, though, and I put more on Frank. Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, was still one of the best.
That was one of the best.
And I do not think that was Azzarello's doing. Azzarello does not get Superman. Never has.
No. 100%, dude.
That was Frank.
I argue that Dark Knight 3 is one of the most underrated of the Frank Miller books.
Definitely. I hate Golden Child. I hated Golden Child. I think Golden Child was one of the great artwork, but what the hell?
It was okay, but the thing about it is that with Dark Knight 3,
they're setting up his daughter to learn to be more human, and then they backpedaled it in Golden Child.
That happens so many times, though. That happens in Dark Knight 2.
Yeah, 2. Well, 2, they were going to say, 2 at least was a better backpedaling, where it's like, what should we do with our planet? And they don't follow through with it.
Okay, there you go.
So that was a better backpedal. I think Azzarello kept Miller restrained, and I think Miller started taking more over as the series went on.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
3 felt like, okay, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this story. Stern, but first I just want to say Stern, this was really good.
Oh, yes. Dude.
All right, so obviously we'll get to the next one, but let's wrap up here. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.